I'm a dying breed. A labor. Strictly muscle work. Pick things up and put them down. Pick it up, put it down. Pick it up, put it down. Typically in the morning, you wait the shanty till 7 o'clock. You go in at 7, you start walking your way up the ladder, climbing up the steep. After 2 floors, you plank it off. Then you disconnect the bottom of the mast, you tie it to the boom on top of the choke cable. You do the same thing, you lift up the other side. You get a heavy block on the job that probably weighs 200, 250 pounds, something like that. I started when I was 18 years old working structural steel. I worked in towers probably 1,000 feet high. You see, most people are afraid of heights like that, so automatically every ironworker's got an ego. You're doing something somebody else can't do. And you get to wear a tool belt. You see, when you're a kid 18 years old, and you got wrenches in like a holster, like a cowboy. If I put a 2x4 on the floor, I couldn't knock you off with a stick. But if you put it up 50 feet, a little gust of wind comes and you overreact, you end up falling off. That's why most ironworkers start off as kids. When you're 18 and just out of school, the guy next to you walks the beam, you're going to try walking the beam too. Ironworkers very, very rarely fall in the hole. And that's what our term is. If somebody fell off a building, they fell in the hole. We talk about a lot of those ourselves. You ironwork long enough, you're going to get some real skills. I noticed it myself. I get a copper taste. You know, if you ever put a penny in your mouth as a kid, you know that taste? It's a taste of fear, I guess. But as you get older, you reconcile yourself to the fact that it's much easier to drop down and coon across the beam, as we call it. It's easier, but you lose all the hair on the inside of your legs. You know, you can always tell an ironworker because they don't have any hair on the inside of the legs. And another bad thing, we don't have outhouses or anything like that out here, so we pee in the columns. And everybody's always drunk the night before, so they're always expelling themselves down these columns. You see, the problem with that is eventually something's going to happen where you got to go work down below. And the worst thing in the world is you got to burn something down there. It's like a toilet. But I always knew I was going to be an ironworker. My older brothers were ironworkers, and my father was an ironworker, so it was a natural course of events. My father was very disappointed I didn't go to college. We had a college where I worked this summer. And one time he saw a book in my back pocket. I was amazed, amazed. He says to me, "You read?" That's what can get to you sometimes. The non-recognition by other people. To say the man is just a laborer, or a woman is just a housewife. It bothers you sometimes. Sometimes, some mornings I look across the skyline for a building I worked on. Say that office building over there. You see that building? I helped build it. And I look down, you can see a big fancy car pull into the parking garage I built. And I know some guy from the burbs is driving it, he's never going to think about me. But I think about him sometimes, you know? Driving this air-conditioned car, this air-conditioned office. Just sitting back, enjoying the ride.